Hello, welcome to Black Girl Ventures Atlanta Pitch Competition. I am Alicia Lovels-Moore, BGV Birmingham Change Agent Chapter member, and I am so glad to be here with you today. Guess what you're tuned into? It is the largest pitch competition for Black and Brown women founders. It's like Shark Tank and Kickstarter to give you an opportunity to be a part of an entrepreneur's amazing journey. The idea for the pitch competition actually comes from Black history. Did y'all know that? So listen, in the early 1900s, during the Great Migration, white landowners raised the rent and Black people threw what's called a rent party, where admission fees helped people to stay in their homes. And these were not just any regular parties. You had people like Langston Hughes, Fats Waller, and Duke Ellington helping with these events. So guess what, y'all? Now we are here. And our ancestors, we are their wildest dreams, because today we're providing access to capital through engaging community. So you will have the opportunity to watch 8 awesome women pitch their business to a set of business champions. Each participant gets 3 minutes to pitch. The judges do not determine the winner. You are the power. You determine the winner. You vote with your dollars. And so you will vote for the pitch that you favor at www.sheraise.com. Participants will win a mix of capital from the audience, capital from our sponsors, and from the BGV Startup Package, which includes access to an accountant, business coaching, Salesforce Essentials, Google Cloud Credits, HubSpot for startups, and more. Listen, I'm trying to get in on that. So you are tuned in. Look, listen, pay attention. Let's get started.
The way this pitch competition works is slightly different from any other pitch competition you've been to. It's like Shark Tank with an audience, but everybody's a shark. So all of you have an opportunity to vote with your dollars tonight. We'll listen to 8 amazing women come up and showcase their business.
It's 3 to 4 feet taller than reality. Its ropes are red, white, and blue. Its platform is blank stretched canvas. They say it's built for a man. There's room for my competitors and I. There's corners and centers, punches and knockouts, blood, sweat, and tears. Entrepreneurship is a boxing match. But we, the women, know how to stay light on our feet. We slide past insecurity. We shuffle through sexual harassment, me too. We duck, then jab, and land, and suddenly, the predefined role of woman calls our name. Wife, mother, feminist, auntie, babysitter, nasty woman, pow. Right in the kisser. I fall. Face against platform, I heard my ego crack when I realized that my male competitor has more mirrors in his dressing room. You're a woman. This is not your place. The referee counts down. You don't belong here. VCs fund people who look like them, and I don't look like them. I didn't learn how to box in school. My parents are not boxers or coaches. My life is just a corner. 8, 7, 6, I breathe. This game is rigged, but fuck that. I'm the only species on earth that can bleed for a month and not die. I am badass. Even if I bow out and get a corporate job, I would still make less than the man who would scrape my remains from this platform. 5, 4, 3, get up, girl. Pin a Nike commercial to your memory. Remember that you don't get in where you fit in until you get in, because fitting in is about character and getting in is about access. You're already in a match. Get up. Bite the hand that feeds you, boy. Burn the bridges you never want to cross again. You got this. Slide, duck, jab, land, and remember that you know how to stay light on your feet.
name is Monica Wheat. I am the founder and executive director of Venture Catalysts. We are a large-scale ecosystem development group. We partner with groups nationwide to help found startup ecosystems with groups such as Backstage and Techstars and pretty much everyone in between. Happy to be here and looking forward to seeing the pitches.
Hello, hello, hello. Happy Saturday, everyone. This is Khadija Robinson. I am the founder of Nile, also known as The Nile List, which is a digital platform that connects online shoppers with Black e-commerce brands from all around the world. And I am also a member of the Black Girl Ventures Connect Incubator and the winner of their first virtual pitch competition, which happened just this March. Right after COVID took over our lives. So very happy to return in this role and looking forward to our pitches today.
Hello, everyone. I am Willie Williams. I am a macro strategist. I work with hedge fund managers, identifying opportunities around the world. My specialty is emerging markets. I have founded and worked with several non-for-profits, all focused on the empowerment of women and people of color. I'm honored to be a part of the BGV board, and I'm looking forward to the competition today. Fun fact about me, this is actually my second COVID pandemic.
Hi, everyone. I'm Portia, the founder of Barbellico. Are you ready to embark on an innovative and sociable nail journey with us? Well, come along. When I was in nail school, I soon realized that all the nail products that we were using contained harsh chemicals. These chemicals can lead to skin and health ailments and also damage your nails. That's when Barbellico was born. Through relationship building and offering vegan-friendly nail products, Barbellico could address a common issue while redefining the status quo. Currently, we have 10 invigorating products, which consist of easy removal gel polish and also a dual purpose dip powder. You can mix it or you can dip it. We sell directly to consumers via our website and social media campaigns. Currently, we have easy removal gel polish retailing at $13.50, and our dual purpose dip powders retail at $24.95. Coming soon in our lineup, we'll be offering a top and base coat, which will retail for $14.95. Barbellico launched in May of this year in the middle of the pandemic. To year to date, what we've sold is 300 units. Our goals for the next quarter is to create customer awareness through influencer partnerships and trade shows. According to market data, $8.3 billion were spent on nail care products in 2018 to 2019. That number is projected to increase by 75% to $15.5 billion in the year 2024. Since COVID, there's been an influx of do-it-yourself manicure trends on social media. So what makes us different from our competition? We're vegan-friendly, long-lasting, 5 free without harsh chemicals, and affordable. Most of the traditional big nail brands contain harsh chemicals, and if they don't, they're high and not affordable. We are a team of 2 asking for $200,000, and this $200,000 will be used for product development, team development, marketing, and advertising. Thank you for embarking on this journey with us, and you can feel free to visit us at www.barbellico.com. And I'm going to open the floor to the judges for questions.
Hi, Portia. I have a quick question for you. You're mentioning that there are other new entrants into the market for vegan and do-it-yourself nail products. I'm curious who you think your customer is and how you plan to get to them at scale.
Well, our customers are nail enthusiasts. Like I said, due to COVID, there's been an influx of do-it-yourself manis at home. So currently what we're doing, we are amping up our marketing and advertising to advertise and reach those customers via social media channels. So via Instagram, via Pinterest, and also new that we recently added is YouTube.
Hi, Portia. Thank you. Number one, good job. I have a question about competition. I can think, the nature of Nile is that I'm pretty well acquainted with a bunch of different Black-owned brands across the spectrum. And I'm curious about how you distinguish Barbella from other nail polish or nail care brands that also focus on, vegan health or vegan nail care.
Well, our core mission is redefining the status quo and making the nail experience an innovative, sociable nail experience. So going back to our social media, what we do, we feature different nail enthusiasts and we welcome everyone. The thing about nails that I love so much is nails is a one size fit all. So we introduce novice nail beginners and we feature them on our page, but also the professional people. So when you think about Barbellico, just a little interesting fact, is a play on words that means nail bar. So I want our customers and our consumers to get that feel of basically when they go to a bar, they have fun. It's just a good vibe. So that's how we're going to distinguish ourselves by presenting that experience to them right now for COVID online, but after COVID via trade shows and also doing live demonstrations at nail salons.
Hi, Portia. Thank you very much for your presentation. I enjoyed it. You mentioned you've already sold 300 units. How were those units sold? And you mentioned going direct to consumer. Would those consumers be nail salons as well, or only individuals? How is that? How do you see that unfolding?
So the 300 units that were sold via online, via our website. We do a lot of marketing on Instagram and Facebook. So there's different advertising campaigns that we have currently. We ran a campaign for our brand ambassadors to get them on board, also creating different incentives to drive traffic to our website. In regards to those consumers, initially our business models was the B2B. So our goal was to partner with nail salons and spa salon owners to get them to carry our product at a wholesale price. But because of COVID, we had to redefine our strategy and market directly to consumers. So that's currently what we're doing via our, like I said, our website and also via our social media platforms.
And one other question I had with regards to the price point. I am not a consumer of nail products, but I do understand profit margins. How relative to what you're selling them at, how are your profit margins?
So right now in our lineup, we have the dual purpose acrylic powders and we have the gel polish. So the dip powders, we purchased them for $2.80 from our manufacturer, and we retail them for $24.95. So that's about an 88% markup, and then the customer pays a flat rate for shipping. In regards to the gel polishes, they're $1. We paid $1.20 from them, and we retail them on our website for $13.50. So that's about a 90% markup. And going forward for our top coat and our base coat, we pay $3 for them, and they'll go for $15 each.
BGV Pitch is the largest pitch competition for Black and brown women founders. We combine the premise of Shark Tank and Kickstarter to give you an opportunity to be a part of an entrepreneur's journey. Vote for your favorite pitch by visiting www.sheraise.com, select a city, enter the donation for the pitches you loved, and don't forget to leave feedback and or hype comments for our founders. Your donation keeps a Black or brown women founder in business. You are changing the world with Black Girl Ventures.
My name is Tanisha Lewis, and I am the founder and owner of Intelligence Learning Systems, born and raised in Flint, Michigan. Flint, Michigan has 85% of individuals who live below the poverty line. They've ranked 1, 2, and 3 in murders per capita. Their water is full of lead. The children are underserved, and they're in economically disadvantaged areas. And most of the city is a Title I city, meaning below the poverty line. Intelligence Learning Systems desires to introduce a program. Academic assistance and supplemental education is what we do. However, we specialize in standardized testing preparation for students. So my goal as the owner of this company is to offer academic tutoring, standardized test prep, proprietary testing and tutoring booklets, and in the future, software and apps that will help children in underserved areas, economically disadvantaged areas, and Title I areas have access to high quality tutoring. I can only imagine what would have happened to me had I not had access. So I seek to partner with school systems, community organizations, also the state and federal departments of education to bring my program into these schools where students can have access to high quality tutoring. Again, I'm Tanisha Lewis. My team consists of myself and 2 volunteers. I am a lawyer turned tutor, so that just lets you know how much I love it. My target market is a $1.3 billion industry. Companies of my size yield approximately $125,000 year over year, and that's only after 3 years of business. The available market is 56.6 million students in the United States of America at the elementary and secondary school age. 40% of those are in underserved and areas that are below the poverty line, as well as Title I areas. My program can come in and assist those students. So my competitors are like Kaplan, Club Z, Varsity, Cumin, Tutor Doctor, multiple other tutoring opportunities or companies. And the good thing about it is I've worked for a lot of them, so I have some inside knowledge. So how is Intelligence different? We give our tutors specialized training. They're all degreed. They score in the 90th percentile. We have a proprietary tutoring training curriculum. We also offer free diagnostics. And the fact that I, as the owner, have worked in 5 to 6 of my competitors' companies, I have done my due diligence to understand what they're doing right and what they're not doing right. We're on track this year for 2020 to make about $75,000 in revenue and capital acquisitions. So what I need from you all, kind people, $150,000. And what would I do with this? I'd compensate tutors. I'd increase my marketing. I'd purchase further inventory like tutoring booklets. I'd also generate a proprietary test prep material of my own doing. And I would purchase a tutoring dashboard platform that's more centralized as opposed to using things such as Zoom. Again, my name is Tanisha Lewis. I'm the owner of Intelligence Tutoring. And I would like to look forward to your investment in my company. I appreciate your time.
Hi, Tanisha. Excellent job. I have a quick question for you. So definitely love seeing that you're from Flint. I'm currently from the Detroit area myself, but I love the idea. I guess if you could give me a little bit more detail about the business model. I know that traditionally with tech ed and just extracurricular academic moves, the biggest barrier for lower income areas is cost. So I'm curious how you're approaching cost for this target market.
Well, there are federal and state programs that they have funds set aside for Title I schools. So me personally, I would need to connect with those school systems as well as with state and federal departments of education. You can acquire grants. You can go in and present, as I'm presenting to you all, what your vision is, and they will give you the opportunity to apply to be one of the vendors or contractors who come into the schools to provide this program. So I've worked with another company before and I've seen how they've done it. And that's pretty much what they did. They created their company and then they started to do the legwork, working with departments of education, Georgia in specific, and then also the federal Department of Education. So as far as, I assume you're asking me how would I pay for this, or when you say cost?
I guess I'm trying to understand in the business model who the customer is. Or is the customer the school district or is the customer the parents?
In this instance, the customer would be the school districts.
Okay.
But however, our company does have that. That's what we've been doing for the last few years, is to the parents, marketing to consumers. However, we're wanting to take it to the next level to now market to school systems and community-based organizations, even faith-based organizations, to let them know, hey, we are here to help.
First, a really good job. You gave a very clear presentation and very confident. I love it. I am curious about what your vision is for the business. I saw what you were asking for, the investment for in particular, but I'm very curious about where you see this business in 5 years or 10 years.
Well, this is the thing. I've had the opportunity, like I said before, to work inside of the companies of competitors. So one particular competitor I have my eye on, and I am watching how they move, so to speak. So this particular individual started as a college student, and today they're a multi-million-dollar company. They're getting ready to release their first IPO. They've gotten funds through the Mark Zuckerberg EdTech initiative. So my goal in the next 5 years is to be on that level. Like I'm in, I work from home, and my tutors, they are on Zoom. However, my vision is to be the CEO of a Forbes list, multi-million-dollar generating company. However, not losing hindsight of the fact that there are some people out there who can't necessarily afford tutoring, but I want them to have the opportunity to get it. That way they can also compete out here and attend prestigious universities and get the high paying jobs, or, just the ability to be able to be the first person in your family to earn a degree, things of that nature. So multi-million-dollar company, IPO is going to come eventually. So that's what I see as a vision.
All right, thank you, Tanisha. Great presentation. This is Willie. I'm not sure if you can see me or not. I've actually founded a non-for-profit that partnered with a company like yours and basically did what you're looking to do before. So I know the path you're looking to go down. My question is, how has COVID and the reduction of the usage of the SAT, ACT impacted your business? Mm-hmm. And you highlight eventually moving to a more technology-based platform with the apps, et cetera, mm-hmm. versus now it sounds like it's more hard book test prep materials. Is there a reason for that direction?
Okay, so that's a two-part question. How has COVID impacted me? Well, I was 100% in person. I had to pivot quickly when COVID hit. And I can honestly say that we have not lost revenue. As a matter of fact, this has been the highest grossing year for my company. So while COVID is definitely not something to praise, in one aspect, it has, as I stated, boosted my business. Now, as far as, yes, being in person, you would have actual tangible books. However, a majority of my materials I've converted to graphics, PDFs, PNGs, things of that nature, so that it can still be interactive while we're on Zoom. So I can just pull it up, share the screen, they can write on the screen, they can annotate, and then they also, in the comfort of their own home, have their notebooks or whatnot to where they can write down information as we go. So yes, there has been an impact. It is a big change, a great change, but we've worked through it.
BGV Pitch is the largest pitch competition for Black and brown women founders. We combine the premise of Shark Tank and Kickstarter to give you an opportunity to be a part of an entrepreneur's journey. Vote for your favorite pitch by visiting www.sheraise.com, select a city, enter the donation for the pitches you loved, and don't forget to leave feedback and or hype comments for our founders. Your donation keeps a Black or brown women founder in business. You are changing the world with Black Girl Ventures.
Hello, my name is Whitney Kintaju, and I am the founder of Ethnic District, where we provide effortless access to authentic ethnic beauty and grocery items delivered in days. Have you ever had some really good Ghanaian jollof rice and thought to yourself, man, I wish I could replicate this recipe and make it at home? If I were to give you the recipe, where would you go to buy the ingredients? Big box retailers only dedicate 1 aisle to ethnic foods, usually marked up by up to 20%, and 90% of African specialty retailers don't sell online. This means that you'll have to travel at least 25 minutes to an international grocery store or just be left without. Well, that was before Ethnic District. We work with over 80 African brands to provide you with a user-friendly online storefront that allows you to shop authentic African grocery items and have it delivered to your doorstep within days. Our tutorials, tips, and recipes on how to use the products that you find on Ethnic District has allowed us to grow organically in the community of culture connoisseurs outside of the African demographic. Unlike our competitors, we work directly with brands in Africa to help them scale in the US market. We also give 2% of our We also give back to our community with 2% of every purchase going towards a care package for families in need in the Atlanta area. We make sales directly through our website. We also supply businesses and organizations with products for subscription boxes, and some of our clients include the Museum of Food and Drink. Our strong network has allowed us to grow in the African market. However, we're stopping there. We plan to scale to provide products for other ethnic markets so that we can gain more market share. We have 13,000 organic monthly visitors, a 30% customer retention rate, and this year we grew by 207%. Our team has over 20 years of experience in retail, sales, and consumer technology. I personally have 10 years of experience working with companies like Bank of America, Sage Software, and Apple. We are asking for $500,000 to invest in inventory, marketing, and to help scale our team in time for the upcoming holiday season, which is one of our most lucrative times of the year. Will you join us in changing the face of retail? I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Hi, Whitney. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you.
Okay, good. Excellent. I wanted to talk a little bit more. Can you tell me a little bit more about your business model? Obviously, there's a cost associated with buying from specialty grocers, and I'm wondering how you all make money on top of that cost, and if you can delve a little bit more deeply into your traction to date as far as revenue.
Sure. So to answer your first question, Monica, so we actually work directly with the brand. So we purchase the brands and then we resell the products on our website at about a 50% profit margin. And so to answer your question about traction, we have $70,000 in revenue.
So do you have a subscription fee? Is there a membership fee? Like, what is the model for how you engage with consumers?
So it's a one-time purchase. You log on to our website and you can place an order just like you would order anywhere else, and we ship the products directly to you. We also work with organizations. Organizations contact us to supply them with products for their own subscription boxes.
Excellent. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Hi, Whitney. This is Khadija. I have a question about your tech and about your team. I know that you have awesome experience. I am curious if you have any technical talent that's a part of your team or if that is outsourced, and what other sort of strengths does your team have, if not on the technical side?
Sure. So I'm actually technical. I maintain our website. So I built the website, I manage the website. So I not only have a technical background, but I also have a sales background as well. And then we have a team of advisors, interns, and other team members that help up with marketing and fulfillment as well.
Hi, Whitney. Thank you for your presentation. This is Willie. I'm curious, you mentioned you were looking for $500,000 to invest in inventory as one of the items. So would you consider yourself more of like an online grocery store or more of an agent for the companies in Africa who produce the food or create the food?
So we're a combination of both, right? Because we work with the brands in Africa to provide them distribution in the US through our online grocery store that we have. So we get the products, we give them access to this US consumer base, and then for our actual customers, they get the front end, which is this online grocery store where they can shop products and just easily have it in the comfort of their home.
BGV Pitch is the largest pitch competition for Black and Brown women founders. We combine the premise of Shark Tank and Kickstarter to give you an opportunity to be a part of an entrepreneur's journey. Vote for your favorite pitch by visiting www.sheraise.com. Select a city, enter the donation for the pitches you loved, and don't forget to leave feedback and or hype comments for our founders. Your donation keeps a Black or Brown women founder in business. You are changing the world with Black Girl Ventures.
Hello, I am Felicia Jackson, inventor and CEO of Cprap. In 2002, I almost lost my baby due to a choking incident after I froze with fear. Thankfully, my husband was there and he was able to save our son. It was then I realized if this could happen to me, then it's happening to people everywhere. And it is. In the US, someone dies of sudden cardiac arrest every 2 minutes. 69% of those happen in the home. The person most likely to respond to that emergency would be you. CPR provided immediately after cardiac arrest could double or even triple a victim's chances of survival. But 80% of Americans are reluctant to perform CPR due to a lack of knowledge or a fear of causing harm. This is why I invented Cprap. Our patented disposable CPR template protects and guides any non-medical responder during CPR. Cprap has an attached one-way valve mouth barrier, visual hand placements, and simple instructions that can be translated into any language. They come in adult, child, and infant sizes with a price point of $14.99. Our competitors are the makers of battery-operated and pneumatic-driven devices like the Zoll Pocket CPR and the AutoPulse. These devices either require certification to use, they're costly, or can only be used on victims 8 years and older. The CPR medical device industry is a $185 billion market. We're positioning Cprap to capture part of this market by partnering with the over 100,000 CPR training facilities in the US. We have already secured multiple partnerships with school systems, hospitals, and businesses around the world. Since our launch in 2017, we have sold over 8,000 units, making over $100,000. In 2019, we were also awarded our patent and have fostered hundreds of warm leads in our $5.2 million pipeline. We're raising $450,000 to help us reach our goals of onboarding a sales rep, improving brand exposure through marketing strategies, and international expansion. I put together a team that are experts in their fields of sales, operations, and CPR to help grow Cprap into a globally recognized brand. A CPR rep belongs in every classroom, on every airplane, next to every 3.2 million AEDs, and inside of every 2 million first aid kits sold every year. CPR rep is on a mission to empower people everywhere to step up and do the most basic, unselfish thing a human can do: save a life. We welcome you to visit us at cprrap.com to get your rap today to save a life tomorrow. Thank you.
That was excellent. Really great pitch. Very impressive. I have just one quick question. I'm curious if you can walk me through what it looks like when you come. Like, it seems like you have a ton of partnerships and you've been successful with your traction to date. Talk to me about what a partnership looks like. How many units are sold? How much are they sold in bulk? Are they sold individually? And then also, I'm assuming that there's no kind of degradation or anything of the materials, and so that they can last. And I'm just curious about that whole process, the life cycle of your customer interaction.
Right. So we have several ways to enter the market, but we're focusing on two. That's direct to consumer through our e-commerce platform, and also channel partnerships. And what those look like is after we partner like with the CPR training facility, they normally train over 50,000 students a year. Now, American Heart, they train over 1 million a year, and they buy our product in bulk. We have a special CPR training price for them, which is now normally around $9 a unit. They buy a minimum of 100 or more. Some of them bought over 1,000 before. And as their students pass their CPR training, then they give them a CPR rep at the end of their training session. And that's how that goes. And the long-term value of CPR rep, because we have adult, child, and infant. Normally, new mothers will buy an infant, and that's 0 to 1 year old. After the child turns 1, they buy the child version. And then the adult is from 8 and up. And there's a lot of mothers, grandmothers, caregivers, and they not only buy them for themselves, they buy them from others. They buy them to store in multiple locations, in the car, in the home, in the purse. And the degradation of the material, we've run several tests within our manufacturer, extreme heat and extreme cold for the product that we use, which is EVA, ethylene vinyl acetate, and it held its own. And also the packaging that's in it also protects the product.
Excellent. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I agree. This is Khadija Robinson. That was an awesome pitch. Thank you very much for sharing it with us. I am curious about what your customer acquisition costs are currently, and how you think that you will fare with your current acquisition strategies in terms of that cost over time.
Right. So our customer acquisition costs for straight to consumer is around $50. Well, excuse me, $17.50. And the average sale on that is between $40 to $200. And our B2B, the customer acquisition cost on that is around $50. And the sale from those is around $900 to $1.5, like $2,000. And over time, especially during the time of COVID and opioid and fentanyl epidemics that are going around, where people are hesitant to do anything, now they're more intentional on who they partner with and ways that they can protect themselves, because we're normally reactive. We don't do anything until something happens to us. But since these things have come in the forefront, people are looking to arm themselves and empower themselves to save others and protect others as well.
Thank you for your presentation. This is Willie.
Hi, Willie.
You mentioned that you have your patent. I'm curious in terms of your actual cost and sources of production. Can you walk me through that process a little bit in terms of in the States, out of the States, profit margin?
Right. So the cost to make the wraps right now is $3.50. And I'm very happy. We got those down to $1.50. When someone inquired about a $1 million, not $1 million, 1 million unit order. And so we got that cost down tremendously. And so partnering with, be it in the States or in the US, that profit margin, you're asking about the profit margin, right?
And manufacturing.
And manufacturing. So to manufacture the product, of course, I said it was $3.50. Now it's $1.50. And the MOU, the minimum order quantity, is around 2,000 units. So we've been with this manufacturer now since the inception of the company. And so they're doing really, really great work. And we can produce as little as 2 units and millions within 3 to 6 weeks.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you.
Great presentation.
BGV Pitch is the largest pitch competition for Black and brown women founders. We combine the premise of Shark Tank and Kickstarter to give you an opportunity to be a part of an entrepreneur's journey. Vote for your favorite pitch by visiting www.sheraise.com, select a city, enter the donation for the pitches you loved, and don't forget to leave feedback and or hype comments for our founders. Your donation keeps a Black or brown women founder in business. You are changing the world with Black Girl Ventures.
My name is Tasha White, founder and CEO of Psych Mode. We are seeking $100,000 for 3% equity stake in my business. I fell in love with indoor cycling, and I visited a number of different studios and cities all around the country. And one of the things I learned as a fan is the studios I visited were the exact same. The studio design, they offered really just kind of that one niche program, and they all have this stationary equipment. Well, the market size here is a $32 billion industry with over 60 million Americans with gym memberships and on-demand growing at 830%. So what's the problem? Increased competition and the rise of the digital movement. As consumer demand for digital fitness experience escalates, traditional gyms face a twofold problem: retention and relevance. And for future success, fitness studios need to provide an experience members won't forget. So 2 years ago, I set out to flip the concept of a stationary fitness experience on its head by creating a studio with movement, tech, culture. But what does that all mean? Well, this slide does no justice for my studio, so hopefully I can share a couple of videos at the end of Q&A. Inspired by cinema, live concert experience, interactive gaming, we provide immersive fitness experience that clients won't forget. And with our relaunch this December, we're racing to disrupt the front of the pack, offering an experience like no other. So what's our competitive advantage? We have 8 different workout offerings, not just one. We have a live instructor-led. We also teach to a digital audience via live stream throughout the US. Best-in-class equipment, our bikes move. In addition, we have 2 studios, a cycle and strength yoga studio, and an amazing video wall to display the immersive experience. Now we have a talented team that includes a creative director, accountant, studio manager, media consultant, and these are our performers. But how do we make money? We have a subscription-based model where we are looking for butts in seats. So our Atlanta office, our Atlanta studio, pricing is anywhere from $15 for your first class to up to $350 for a class pack. Digital has a flat rate of $39 a month for unlimited. And lastly, we have a retail model that includes bike sales. We now source and sell bike equipment directly from the manufacturer in China at $800 profit per bike. Again, my name is Tasha White. I'm the CEO and founder of Psych Mode. We're seeking $100,000 for marketing for 3% equity stake in my business. We are now open for Q&A.
Good stuff. I'm curious if you could talk a little bit more about the competitive market for cycle studios, in particular in Atlanta where you have, and then where you're looking to expand, and what that market looks like for how many studios and how much they're making in those other places you're looking to expand.
So one of the studios that I did a lot of research on, specifically here in the Atlanta area, is a studio called Flywheel Sports. This studio is right here in Buckhead, makes about $4 million a year annually. And that is based off of just indoor cycling. So just indoor cycling at about 60 seats per studio, or 60 seats within their studio. My studio is a little bit smaller. While it's bigger, it's 4,000 square feet. Our indoor cycling space has about 35 seats. In addition to that, upstairs, we have that mezzanine for strength and yoga, and that has about 30 seats as well. So again, their cycling has about 60, whereas my cycling and strength has about 60 combined. But here's the difference. We now offer a digital offering where you can take the experience just like you are right here in Atlanta. We invested in some digital equipment so that we can look to market to not only Atlanta, but consumers all across the country.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Khadija. Thank you for the presentation. I thought it was great, and you definitely have the energy of someone in the fitness realm. My question is about acquisition costs for clients, for customers. I see that you're asking for $100,000 for marketing. Yep. How far does $100,000 take you in order to, acquire new clients and grow?
Yeah, so we have roughly about $88 per member. That varies based on our operating expenses and what acquisition channels that are being used. But the $100,000, and again, based on our revenue model, which you'll see here, hopefully, this is based on a 7%, based on 7% of our revenue. And so that 100,000 will get us through the end of one calendar year.
Thank you, Tasha, for your presentation. This is Willie. I'm curious as to, you just mentioned an immersive experience. Can you just go a little more into what, and the bikes moving, can you just go a little more into what actually makes your studio unique?
3, 2, yes! Go, 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 come on. Stretching. Radio. Again. Oh. Go, go, come on. Come on, let's go. Come on. Hey, push it. Let's go. Switch it up. We going down, up, sit, up, crack, down, up, sit, back, up.
Does that give you a understanding of the space?
It does. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
BGV Pitch is the largest pitch competition for Black and brown women founders. We combine the premise of Shark Tank and Kickstarter to give you an opportunity to be a part of an entrepreneur's journey. Vote for your favorite pitch by visiting www.sheraise.com, select a city, enter the donation for the pitches you loved, and don't forget to leave feedback and or hype comments for our founders. Your donation keeps a Black or brown women founder in business. You are changing the world with Black Girl Ventures.
So I'm Candace Blacknall, CEO and co-founder of GABA, and we're making medical education smarter. So right now there's a global physician shortage and a shortage of health professionals overall. The medical education industry has tried to address this by creating solutions that are aimed at individualized learning, online communities, and enhancing access to resources. And I wish I could tell you that having all of those smart people in the room creating solutions really made an impact. But unfortunately, it's resulted in a grossly oversaturated market as people have created all of these third-party study tools to help students study. And you can't really tell which one of them will actually work. Now, to bring it closer to home, you probably experience this when you buy toothpaste or a toothbrush, except for you, if you select the wrong one, it's a $5 mistake. For a medical student, it's thousands of dollars of mistake, and it could have detrimental impacts on their career, as is the case with Greg, Chris, and myself there in the middle. I spent $800 on a study tool and then had to replace it with a $200 option that was more effective. And this is particularly important to us because this problem contributes to the rate that our diverse candidates drop out in, and it results in our medical trainees being academically underprepared when we need them most. So our team has spent the last 6 years helping medical trainees filter the noise. And we've done that by leveraging machine learning to bring the transparency that Glassdoor brought to hiring to medical education. Our platform uses student data and the results of 6 cognitive assessments to produce what we call your cognitive thumbprint. And we use that information to make personalized recommendations on study tools and resources that can be effective. We're currently targeting 2 million medical trainees in the United States with the intent to scale to North America. And we're confident we can capture 10% of the revenue potential here in North America with our subscription revenue model. To be more specific on what that looks like in the US, our plan is to concentrically expand across medical disciplines by starting with medical students and then beyond for an annual recurring revenue potential of $240 million. Our company and our team is rapidly growing. In just 2 months, we've acquired over 200 users on our platform and established 2 institutional partnerships. We also boast 3 times the industry conversion for new users for medical education software. And we want to keep that momentum going. So we're raising a $200,000 pre-seed to continue our digital marketing efforts, expand our platform development, and hire our team. We hope you'll join us and become one of the esteemed partners listed on the screen. And if you just can't get enough GABA, I invite you to scan the QR code for our digital executive summary for a detailed rollout of our ask. Thank you.
I'm talking and no one can hear me. Good job. Thank you so much. So when you're talking about the subscription revenue model, I noticed that you mentioned in your traction both users as well as institutional partners. Can you talk a little bit more about who is the customer of the subscription model and the cost that led to what you guys have made thus far?
So we have 4 premium tiers. The pricing ranges from $15 to $45. And our customers for now are the students themselves. GABA started off with a B2B model. And so we initially launched with a strong effort to get some institutional partnerships, but then COVID happened. So we shifted back into a B2C model with the intent to relaunch our B2B efforts using those institutional partners at the end of 2021.
Excellent. Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you so much. That was a great presentation. I am curious about what your digital marketing efforts currently look like and how you see those expanding with the influx of this revenue or this investment, sorry.
Yeah. So currently we have a very organic relationship with our customers. We join the social media groups that they're a part of, and we start natural conversations about their challenges around medical school and medical education. We also have had successful influencer campaigns in the last 30 days. And we've seen that those campaigns in particular cause our monthly users conversion to increase by about 20%. And they're pretty consistent. So for our digital marketing strategy going forward, we'd like to expand those relationships with influencers. We got lucky this time by using our network to get this first ask, and we didn't have to pay. But the influencers that we are tapping for our extended efforts do require some kind of sponsorship for that time. And we'll also want to run a few social media ads. We ran a short Facebook ad test for $100 very early on in our efforts. And we think we want to test it again, do some A/B testing and really learn what kind of messaging in social media ads resonates with our customer base.
Thank you, Candace, for your presentation. It looks very exciting. This is Willie.
Thank you.
Could you delve a little more into how the subscription model works in the sense it's a one-time, is it a monthly fee, annual fee, and is it for multiple tests? So you help students get their thumbprint for multiple tests along their career, or can you just expound on that?
Yeah, absolutely. So our subscription is billed annually, and that's modeled after many of the products that medical professionals already use as part of their studying. So billed annually, but priced monthly. And it covers any test that you're taking. So once you pay for your annual membership and you complete your profile, you're able to get recommendations on our platform for any exam that you're prepping for, as long as your membership is active.
Thank you.
No problem.
BGV Pitch is the largest pitch competition for Black and brown women founders. We combine the premise of Shark Tank and Kickstarter to give you an opportunity to be a part of an entrepreneur's journey. Vote for your favorite pitch by visiting www.sheraise.com, select a city, enter the donation for the pitches you loved, and don't forget to leave feedback and or hype comments for our founders. Your donation keeps a Black or brown women founder in business. You are changing the world with Black Girl Ventures.
Hello everyone, my name is Alon Otis and I'm here to present to you the future of accessible health, the B-Box. I founded the B-Box a little over a year ago to combat the stigma surrounding holistic healing and plant-based diets, particularly in Black and brown communities. I hand make all of our juices here in Atlanta, Georgia using a cold press juicer. We don't use any concentrate or pasteurization methods in the making of our juices to ensure that each juice has the optimal amount of nutrients. There are also no added sugars or preservatives. We only use 100% non-GMO fruits, vegetables, and other healing ingredients. The problem we're facing is that while Black and brown people make up only a small portion of the U.S. population, they suffer from chronic diseases such as heart disease, diabetes, and cancer at disproportionately higher rates than their white counterparts. There are also over 12 million food deserts across the country that leave millions of Americans without a grocery store or health food market within a 10-mile radius of their home. And when they are able to get their hands on healthy foods, there are usually very high prices attached. So I created the B-Box as a solution to these problems. While our juices are made to heal everyone, our recipes prevent or heal diseases that affect our target audience the most. We partner with retailers in underserved communities to erase food deserts and implement dynamic pricing to ensure that our customers have access to our products. We sell our juices to consumers for prices ranging from $4.99 to $7.99 for a gross profit margin of 64%, and we wholesale to our retailers at $4 per bottle, creating a gross profit margin of 38%. Since March of 2019, when we launched, we have sold over 3,000 units, generating a revenue of nearly $15,000, which we expect to only multiply year after year as consumers become more and more health conscious post-COVID-19. We are currently in 2 retail locations across the metro Atlanta area. The first is Green Summer Vegan Cafe, which is a vegan restaurant in Hatfield, Georgia. The second is Glenwood Health Food Boutique, which is a health food market located in Decatur, Georgia. We're currently raising a seed of $250,000. This will be used to expand our team, including a marketing and sales team that will build brand awareness and secure us more retail locations. We will also use this seed to fund our first brick and mortar location here in Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you so much. Please get in contact with me. You may email me at alon@thebeatbox.co. You may follow us on Facebook and Instagram at The Beatbox Juice. And please check out our website at www.thebeatbox.co. Thank you.
Thank you, Alon. That was a really good presentation and perfect timing. Really wanted to ask a quick question. It seems like your target market is areas that are food deserts. So I had a 2-part question. First, is it only areas with food deserts that you are targeting, or is that just part of the targeting? And then the other part is if it being a food desert, how do you plan to acquire customers and get them on board with a subscription service in this space if they're not generally connected around food and groceries in those spaces?
So for the first question, that is only part of our target market. We do want to, like I said, get rid of the stigma around veganism and plant-based diets for everyone. But since I see a problem with disproportionate health rates among minorities, that is one of the markets that I target. And then for your second question, we do plan to implement a lot of community partnering with like Boys and Girls Clubs and partners with other not-for-profit organizations that will kind of get the word out. And we also plan to, I want to have like a franchise of brick and mortar stores so that we will be able to personally be in those food deserts and people will get to see us there.
Cool, thank you.
No problem.
Hi, this is Khadija. I love the name and the design here. It's great. It's giving me life. So I just wanted to say that. I am also curious about what you think your target audience is. And my question stems from you starting out by framing this, this business as concerned with food deserts and the issues of healthy food supplies in certain areas, but thinking about your price point and the frequent concern about affordability with people who live in places like that, I'm wondering what you see as your target audience now and how you think that might change or shift.
Well, right now I started off as my target audience being African American and Latinos ages 15 to about 55. Making less than the average household income of less than $60,000. And we are, I'm sorry, what was the second part to your question?
Sorry, I just wonder how you view your target audience sort of changing as the business grows, or do you?
I do want to expand out. So like I said, that's the target audience, but I do want to expand out to more and more people. But I kind of set out to see my target audience remaining the same for the most part, unless something changes.
One quick follow-up. Have you had any response from your customers so far about the availability of the product and the price point that has given you any good feedback?
Yes, well, the customers do love that. Well, when they message me, if they live in the metro Atlanta area, we do offer delivery. So if they are at one of the retail locations that we have is not close to them, I will deliver it to them so that they have accessibility to the product. And we do also sell our juices on our website nationwide. So someone that is in LA is able to also go on our website and buy a juice and have it shipped to them within 2 days.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Alon. Great presentation. This is Willie.
Thank you.
With regards to your juices and the process, you touched on it a little bit in the fact that you sell online, but how well do they carry or hold if you get them into a store? Because I know when things are more natural, they tend to degrade more quickly.
And right now I sell them in stores that are in Atlanta. So I'm located in Atlanta, so I'm able to make the juices that day and bring them to their store because they do have a short shelf life of 7 days. And that is also why I want to have my own brick and mortar store so that in different parts of the nation, because my plan is to have one in Atlanta, have one in Detroit, have one in Philly so that I can reach these different audiences without the juices being expired or spoiling by the time they get to these different locations. So I do want to have a brick and mortar store so that I can make these juices and have them fresh and available to the customers when we make them and before they expire.
BGV Pitch is the largest pitch competition for Black and brown women founders. We combine the premise of Shark Tank and Kickstarter to give you an opportunity to be a part of an entrepreneur's journey. Vote for your favorite pitch by visiting www.sheraise.com, select a city, enter the donation for the pitches you loved, and don't forget to leave feedback and or hype comments for our founders. Your donation keeps a Black or brown women founder in business. You are changing the world with Black Girl Ventures.
I'm Dr. Kiba Richmond Green, and I present to you Better. Better is the solution for high-profile mental wellness. Better provides mobile response for behavior interventions before a crisis escalates, as well as providing mobile response to acute crisis. Our professional teams of coaches and counselors provide services 24/7, 365 days a year, at a location of the client's choice, anywhere from 7 to 31 days. Better is the solution because percent of Americans will suffer from mental illness in their lifetime. That's hundreds of millions of people. And today there's no platform to confront what they're going through. Substance Abuse and Mental Health Service Administration, SAMHSA, reports that like a physical health crisis, a mental health crisis can be devastating for individuals, families, and communities. Mental health is viewed as a weakness, and talking openly about it is rarely encouraged. Our target audience includes celebrities, wealthy individuals, or high-end clienteles with an income status of $500,000 or above. We cater to all genders, ethnicities, and educational levels. Our average clients are between 21 and 65 years of age. The National Alliance on Mental Illness reports, instead of seeking professional help for conditions such as depression and anxiety, many in the community resort to self-medication through drugs and alcohol or isolation in an attempt to solve their problems on their own. We are asking for $500,000 for a 12-month runway in order to increase labor, marketing, legal expenses, and develop an iOS and Android app. Help Better shatter the stigma associated with mental health. As we know, celebrities and high-profile clients do not report to therapy normally because of the fear of exposure and public scrutiny. Such individuals like Kate Spade, who committed suicide, the comedian Robin Williams also committed suicide. Our First Lady Michelle Obama recently reported mild depression due to COVID-19. Kanye West has also been in the news for bipolar episodes, as well as Tamar Braxton has attempted suicide recently. These are just a few of examples of our public profile entertainers who who may be afraid to reach out for help due to public scrutiny. Next. Again, you can follow us on Instagram at Better Life or Facebook at Better Self. And again, our website is www.help@better.life. And remember, no one is normal, but we can all do better. Thank you. Questions?
Good job. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Sorry, I've got my allergies have just kicked in all of a sudden, but I had a couple of questions for you. I think with your target customer being celebrities, I'm curious what the business model is on how you would engage them and what your traction has been to date.
So far, prior to COVID, we launched January 2020. Prior to COVID, we had approximately 4 clients before March 2020. And that's, of course, when COVID was at its most high. So therefore, we decreased rapidly. And that was from word of mouth, mostly. Just little marketing, text to email marketing, but mostly word of mouth from people that we've spread the word to. So that's how we've been able to build. But again, we want to increase that marketing plan towards the end of the year. Hopefully COVID will decrease a little bit and we'll be able to go into 2021 with a better outlook.
And how do you make money with those 4 clients? Is it a subscription? Is it a one-time fee? How are they paying for it? And what's your projections for being able to maintain and scale that?
Okay, so it's a daily cost. It is cash only. We do not accept insurance because with mental health, if you accept insurance, you have to provide a diagnosis. And when you provide a diagnosis, they are then in the system with a mental health diagnosis for life. So we do not take insurance. However, we are a cash-based business. They are required to have a minimum of a 7-day visit. So therefore, they would be required to have at least a week of person coming to their home to stay with them.
Someone stays with them as part of the mobile?
They actually stay with them. They actually go with them and stay with them at the location of their choice with them and their family from 7 to 31 days to help them manage a crisis, help them get the tools they need, and put a treatment plan in place, and help them have aftercare services from there.
Okay. I have a few more questions, but I want to let the other judges jump in too.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm actually going to follow up on that because I would like a little bit more clarity on your business model and the actual services that you offer. I'm not sure that I quite understood because I didn't know that you had someone who was able to come and actually stay with the client. I find that to be really intriguing. So can you just take us a bit through the customer journey and what you offer to the customer and
Absolutely.
what the pricing is like?
What happens is a customer calls in crisis or a family member in crisis. We would do an assessment intake over the phone. We would assess do a triage like you would at a hospital. We would then dispatch a counselor to them who would actually stay with them from anywhere from 7 to 31 days to help them and their family manage a crisis. What happens is, think of the nanny, but with mental health. And so what happens is, as a therapist, I saw a revolving door. When clients come in, we're constantly reworking the same problem over and over again because they only come once a week for 50 minutes. If I can go to them and stay with them, help them manage their problem. They say it takes 21 days to break a habit, right? So I figure within 31 days, we would have the tools, we've been able to do the work to help them get over the hurdle and into the next step so they can now find solutions to their problems and start working on it. So that's where the treatment model came from. I hope that answers the question.
And the price was her follow-up?
The price is $1,000 a day plus travel.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Green. This is Willie. Who would you consider to be your competitor? And because it sounds more like an emergency handling service rather than counseling.
Well, I know we have mobile crisis centers in every state. We have mobile crisis response units in every state. However, they usually only go to low income. The majority of the calls, are low income, non-insured patients. And so what happens is they only go out, do an assessment, and then determine if they're going to take them to the hospital or if they're just going to follow up with a community service board in the next 24 to 72 hours. So what happens is we don't have anything where someone actually come from my research. We don't have any competitors that actually go and stay with these clients 24 hours, let alone 7 to 31 days to help them and their family work through the problems. I haven't found any competition on that level.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for all the pitches today. I'm super, super pleased to be a part of this. So many amazing companies. You guys are doing the work in a lot of different industries and a lot of different solutions. Definitely loved, especially from my wheelhouse of tech enabled and different products. Loved CPR Wrap. Loved seeing Sync Mode. Loved a few others as well. And I'm hoping that you guys continue with these companies. Definitely would say in general, pitches were good. Make sure that you guys are doubling down on how you make money. Make sure you guys are doubling down on who your competitors are and how you think you can scale it, because investment needs to scale in order to win. But definitely thank you for inviting me, and I will push it over to Khadijah.
Awesome. As a Black Girl Ventures alum, I really love this experience. I love being on the other side and seeing people pitching and getting to see all of the different companies. I really enjoyed it. I personally, as someone who loves to do nails, enjoyed seeing some fun nail care solutions coming up. I really enjoyed hearing about businesses like a CPR Wrap as well. And generally, I would say, make sure that you acknowledge your competition and talk about how you're different. What is it that differentiates you from what's out there, and why are you the best solution, and why are you the one that's going to attract all of the customers in this market? But great job, ladies. Thank you so much.
Hi, I would like to say thank you to everyone who participated today. This was a great experience. It was inspirational. We saw people from health, technology, beauty, education, and it's exciting to see people from our communities addressing needs of the world as well as the needs of our community. I would highlight the importance of describing what makes your experience so unique in your understanding of the current marketplace. Not just the size of the market, but how you're going to navigate and take control of the portion that you want to be yours. Again, thank you. Great presentations. Looking forward to working with you in the future.
Oh my gosh, was that not amazing? Listen, I am not gassing y'all. That was so amazing. So I want to thank our founders for the confidence and the boldness to pitch your amazing ideas to us. I also want to thank our judges, Khadijah, Willie, and Monica, for taking the time out to sit with us and to be business champions. So listen, y'all, don't forget, go to sheraise.com. The platform will be open for 1 week so you all can vote with your dollars. We are going to make sure that we help to fund and catapult these ladies' dreams. Thank you for tuning in to the Atlanta Pitch Competition. I hope you have an amazing day.
BGV Pitch is the largest pitch competition for Black and brown women founders. We combine the premise of Shark Tank and Kickstarter to give you an opportunity to be a part of an entrepreneur's journey. Vote for your favorite pitch by visiting www.sheraise.com, select a city, enter the donation for the pitches you loved, and don't forget to leave feedback and or hype comments for our founders. Your donation keeps a Black or brown women founder in business. You are changing the world with Black Girl Ventures.